to say to him, my friend? Go.
Right.
But you're talking about the spiritual realm.
I'm telling you, right now, they call me a Rasta.
Okay.
And the main thing I gotta say to all my Muslims is there's no way that I could ever be a kafir. The reason why is because when you was in Saudi Arabia eating swine, we was fasting and praying in Kush, and we're still fasting and praying there till this time. Now, I don't know if you know about Ethiopia, but that's my culture, bro. And in Ethiopia, during Ramadan, the Christians and the Muslims pray together. That's real peace, my fam. And that's the Islam that I love. The Islam that knows that you have your way, which is true, but you can still see us. The Islam which is based in peace, based in mercy, and based in love. And I see it when you debate. I don't see a lot of hate, and I can't lie, that shit there, family, I rate.
Okay. Look. Look, let me say something. Let's put it this way, yeah? If you want to make a rap, I don't really want to sing. When you're a kafir, that's when you disbelieve in a thing. Now in this freestyle here, I'm not going to go around like a ring, and I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to go into a cyclical fallacy.
Okay.
I'm saying God is one.
Right.
That's what I'm saying here and now.
Now.
I've got the evidences, and I like your smile. Listen, if I give you evidences for the fact that God is one, His creator, would you consider being an instigator in the fact that you can start your monotheism and start believing in one God? And that is the true religion.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, basically, what I'm saying is, before you knew what monotheism was, in Kush, we was already worshipping one God. We was worshipping one God, not only with the Coptic Christians, but are you listening? Since the Falasha Jews. That's the Queen of Sheba, and that's the truth, and that's my roots. So I respect you, because respect where respect's due.
Okay.
You have to understand that before the Prophet Muhammad came, peace be upon him, in that land you call Saudi Arabia, many times we tried to teach one God. We fought many battles, and the battle of the elephant was the last time we lost.
Okay. I like that. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah? There's many religions. You can count them till infinity. Those Coptic Christians didn't believe in one God, they believed in Trinity. Let me tell you something, that we believe that Adam was the first monotheist. He was the first man, and for him, believing in one God was bliss. Look, he was taken down from heaven, and that's our storyline. So let me tell you something right now. I believe that there's a fine line. It's a fine line between believing in one entity that started everything and believing in something which can't be, which can't be said, which can't sound good in one's ear.
Right.
Okay, look, so it's a contradiction. I'm saying, look, one God that's the all-knowing, the all-creator, that's what we believe. I'm sure that standing right in front of me, you can surely conceive that with the qualities of all-powerful, omnipotence, omniscience, and transcendence, that's a God that's worthy of worship. And that's why I say, look, do you understand our version of theology?
I understand your theology,
Yeah.
but sometimes the only problem is that you don't want to acknowledge me.
Okay.
I'm saying the one God was there in many African philosophies, way before you knew about philosophers like Socrates.
Okay.
know?
Okay. Now he's talking. Now. Yo. All right.
Yo.
Okay, go on.
I ain't saying that one God ain't right,
Okay.
because we have always had a oneness.
All right.
If you know your name for oneness is Tawheed, but what's the name for oneness in Ethiopia? Tawheed Do.
Oh.
You see, bro?
Okay, bro.
And before you knew about a oneness as Tawheed, we was practicing Tawheed though. Yes, we understand duality and we understand the Trinity, but it all comes back to the oneness. For example, there is a two between you and me, but as a human family, there is a oneness.
Let me tell you, look, with them rhymes, let me tell you something, Callum, with those rhymes, you came hurt me, get me a bandage.
Truth.
The reason why Ethiopian and Arabic is similar is because they're both Semitic languages. Look.
Fire!
They're both Semitic languages. Look. So when I come and stand in front of you here, I'm not saying that Islam started in the desert in 7th century. I'm saying that Islam started with the first man, you see. Look, I'm saying that Adam was the first man and first prophet. And he believed in one God. And that was the concept. Look, I'm saying to you here that let's not reinvent the wheel. I know people accuse you because you're black of being a thief, so you don't steal. Look, I'm telling you something straight up. I'm telling you right here and right now. Yo, look, what I'm saying to you is that we believe as Muslims that all prophets and messengers came with one word. That's La ilaha illallah, the tawheed that you splurted. Look, you understand it as tawheed, I understand it as well though. So why don't we come to a common term?
100%.
I'm saying that let's come to common terms to believe in that one word, and when we do that, then only then can we say that we follow the right path. Do you see what I'm saying, bro?
I understand what you're saying, bro.
But where we're different, go on.
I'm just saying that I understand your faith and I even agree with it.
Okay.
But you don't seem like you understand mine and you're getting it. And I understand that because I'm black they might think I'm a thief, and that because you got a beard they'll think you're a terrorist.
Yeah.
But we know that ain't the truth. We know that the truth is this system is about hate and divide. So all I'm about is loving and living my life. Now, I know everyone has a different way of seeing what's right, but I don't believe that mine is better than the next.
Okay, respect, yeah?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Respect.
Oh yeah, let me say one more thing.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah. You said Adam was a Muslim.
Yeah.
And I hear you, bro.
Yeah.
But let me show you stuff to make you think, you know. Cause Adam was a Rasta. Cause Adam didn't have scissors, so he would have had locks like mine. Adam didn't eat no animals, let alone not eat from the swine. Yeah, that's right. Adam was a vegan. The first time that Eve saw an animal die, she was grieving to see an animal bleeding. So Rasta live in the original way. Like Adam, my friend. Yeah, we keep it that way.
Okay, listen. I just wanted to say to you, look, it's not about skin color, because nowadays we've got a lot of narcissism. Look, let's get away from the schism and start talking about the real deal. I'm saying here that race is not a matter of disagreement. As the Quran says that we've created you in different races and tribes so you can get to know one another. So brother, look, I'm not saying that just because you're black you're inferior. 100%. But you shouldn't come with that you're superior, and I'm not saying you do. Here,
better know.
Yeah. And I'm saying that here, look, race is what but a color. So we're saying here, brother, that truth is independent of race.
Yeah.
When we say embrace the truth, we say embrace the reality.
Yeah.
And we're saying that the reality here from a theological perspective is believing in one God. Now you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So, coming back to my story, I said it started with Adam and my end is with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We say he was the final and last prophet. Now, if I were to show you evidences of that, would you come closer to being a deen brother?
I've seen enough evidence to say that I'm just like the Nagashi.
Okay.
I like that I don't fight against Islam. Actually, my whole life I've accepted it. Okay. Because I got a lot of friends in it.
Okay.
They're in the ends, innit?
Yeah.
And we be talking about religion, but me and my brothers, if you know about a lot of brothers in gangs, we don't deal with no division. So we could be Muslim, Jew or Christian, but we all brothers.
I like that.
So I respect Islam. I don't do anything that I consider haram,
Okay.
but I know that I got a little herb in my palm. So what they say about the herb was grown on Solomon's grave. I heard it in a psalm.
That's what they like to say.
I heard it in a psalm, but I didn't see it in the Quran.
Okay, all right.
But the Quran does say there's a herb to heal every man, and I believe that the herb that I use is the healing of the land, and it can heal every man. Just look at California, medical marijuana. But a long time ago they said that the ganja farmer was growing drugs.
Okay.
But instead he was growing love. Cause if me and you smoke a spliff, I swear it will be bare peace between us.
Let me tell you something, right? Look. If you're talking about spliffs, then I'm going to say see you later. Look, you're saying you got the spliff in your pocket. I say you're not the rule maker. Look, the difference is this, that we say that the one God that is the creator, that he's the rule maker, that he created everything and gave us its proportions.
Including Mother Nature.
Including Mother Nature. So let me help me there. Yeah? So look, when he's directing rules to humans, he's doing so from an all-knowing capacity. I'm saying, look here, it's time that you understand me and start realizing that when we say we're Muslims, we say we're all submissive to the one God. So that's where we're coming from. Ask yourself a question, what's the purpose of life? Ask yourself a question, what is the purpose of life? You're talking about gangs, but look, it's not about carrying a knife. I'm saying, look, the purpose of life is to know your creator, know where you came from and know where you're going. Bro, look, it's nice weather today, but from all year round we're coming here, even when it's snowing, telling the people to worship the one Lord. And that's the reason, because it makes perfect sense to the sound accord. So bro, you said you agree with a lot of what I said. I'm saying, look, that's a good step forward. So here the question is about the Prophet Muhammad. I'm asking you, could you see from any perspective that he could be a true prophet? And if not, why not?
The Prophet said, no one's better except in piety.
Yeah.
And he showed you in Axum, we had kings that were ruling righteously. We had one God while enough of them worshipped idols idly.
Okay.
You understand? So, I'm not saying that you ain't right from you're following Islam and you're following it sincere in your heart, then wrong is a path that you can't and shan't go. I'm not trying to deter you from your faith. I'm just trying to bring you to a different place where you can see other people's faiths from a place of understanding. You see, I don't judge anyone because I take time to understand them. I don't believe it's about that we're going to be judged based upon our belief. I believe we're going to be judged based upon our actions, our words, and our deeds. But my brother, in order to have your actions, words, and deeds the best, then stay on your deen.
I like that.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I do see that. No, look, let me tell you something. Yeah? Look, I don't know what this is called, whether you want to call it rap or spoken word. If we're talking about prophets, then Islam is the most black religion in the world. Let me tell you why. We have Sulaiman, who was said to be black, and Musa, who's Moses. Now these two prophets and Luqman were black. So we have nothing against blacks. What you're saying and what I'm saying is not disparate, so it's not a contradiction. So I'm liking this vibe because there is really no friction. What I'm saying here is that when we're moving forward in this conversation, it's more just about than talking about these different things that we're saying. So you've got the weed in your pocket and maybe you think that's the source of all pleasure. But what I'm saying to you, brother, is that in fact there's a greater purpose. And the greater purpose is to realize where you came from and where you're going. So here, what I'm saying is Islam gives you the answer and the solution. So from that perspective, look, we're saying we have the evidences before. You're not going to be a blind follower. If I say, look, bro, Islam, yeah, is a religion that talks about having and believing in one God. We say that Jesus Christ was no God. We say that Jesus Christ was no son of God, but that he was in fact a Messiah. Look,
But the same is said in Ethiopia. You know the ayah?
that's okay. I like that. I like. Look, people come here and they're accused of lots of things, but I'm not going to be a liar. I'm going to tell you all the things that you need to know for your salvation. Sound like a Christian, I know, but this is how it is. Jesus Christ was no son of God or God, but he was the Messiah. He was a prophet. He didn't break the long chain of prophets that came before him. That's where we disagree with the Christian. Now, does that make sense? And would you say that now, believing in one God in his essence, the raps are cutting too, the rhymes are not as good, is something you could subscribe to?
I'm trying to show you through the whole conversation
Yeah.
that's been a subscription from a whole nation.
Okay.
That's
okay.
why there's been so many black Muslims,
Yes.
because it resonated with something that we have already had in our different tribes, in every life, in every light. We see the oneness. I'm all for Islam, but I'm also for justice.
Okay.
Now, I don't agree in the invasion of the land. The reason why, cause I'm an African, and them man, they came up through the north, and they came in with a lot of brute force. Now, by a lot of Muslims, that story isn't talked, but it's in my history. My history ain't walked. Now,
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
saying that that's Islam,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that unjust war is definitely haram.
Okay.
So, earlier on, you asked where God started. Well, they say out of the darkness comes the light. No, they say the light must come out of the darkness.
Okay. Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something, yeah? Do what you want to do so long as you don't harm someone else. It's called liberalism. Before, I already talked to you about spiritual narcissism. I said to you that just because of our color, it doesn't mean that we're superior. I'm saying to you, look, think of it the way I'm putting it to you. Look, why do you think that war of invasion is wrong? Because of liberalism. Liberalism is a white man's construct. Now, as a black man that wants to differentiate themselves from the white man, taking that construct is a contradiction. So think of it this way. Back in the days, we lived in the days of empire. And empires by their nature expanded. Now, the Muslim empire started small. Could have been engulfed or absorbed. It expanded. Now, how it expanded, there's a variety of different reasons. What I'm saying to you is that that's neither here or there. Today, half of Africa is Muslim. And what I'm saying to you, brother, as you said before, they believe in Tawheed. Or as you say, call it Tawheedo. Yeah? I'm saying that this is not a new religion.